Hurry, someone. Oh, the snow. Driving harder than ever. Open up, I tell you. It's freezing out here. Hurry. In heaven's name, I need a fire to warm myself.
Oh, there goes the candle. Come in, quickly. Snow. Light this oil lamp. Only a minute. I'm having trouble with this lamp. Oh, there we are. It's lit. Oh!
Stop that. I've had a serious accident. Stop it. I'm sorry. I guess you've never seen a face with so many bandages. Stop it, will you? I'm not a ghost, just a man who's recovering from an accident.
I apologize, sir. It's just that for a minute... Oh, you must have been terribly hurt. Your head and face all bandaged up that way. And...
there is a room free at this inn.
Oh, yes, sir. We don't usually have anyone here during these winter months. Summer's our season for guests. That's why I took so long getting to the door. I didn't expect a guest this late at night, especially in February, in this storm. Have you lost your way?
No, I haven't,
Mrs. Hall.
We get inside, away from this drafty hallway. I'm chilled through.
Oh, please, come. The living room of the inn is this way, and there's a cheery fire going. Here we are. May I take your coat and hat, sir?
No, I prefer to keep them on.
Well, sir, as you like. Oh, you must have been awfully hurt in your accident. Not a bit of you showing through those bandages. And those thick, dark glasses.
I was hurt, awfully. Now then, Mrs. Hall, I wish a room. You have one?
Oh, yes, sir. In fact, you'll be our only guest just now. As I told you, in the wintertime...
do I do business with Mr. Hall?
No, sir, with me. I'm a widow.
Then you are alone here?
Oh, no, sir. There's the chambermaid and the porter, besides myself.
Good. I need quiet. And I'll need your best room, and the biggest, Mrs. Hall. My luggage will arrive at the railroad station in the morning, and with it, a large quantity of chemical and laboratory equipment. I'm a researchist, and despite my accident, I must continue my work, my experiments. I trust you will have no objection to my working here in your inn.
Well, now, sir, I don't know. I just...
It will not trouble you, I assure you. It will not disturb your household, Mrs. Hall.
Well, if you're sure, I guess it'll be all right. I do have a large suite upstairs, nice and bright, southern exposure. The rent will be...
Never mind the details. I don't trouble with details. I'll pay whatever you ask. Now, will you show me up?
You would like a bite to eat, perhaps.
Not tonight. Just a warm bed. Tomorrow morning, may I breakfast at 8 precisely. I'm a man of precise habits. Juice, 2 poached eggs, white toast, black coffee, no cream, no sugar.
Well, please follow me. This way. Here we are. Now just let me light this lamp. There. Now I'll light the fire. It's already laid on. And...
Never mind. Thank you. I'll do that myself. Just leave me now. I'm tired.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir. Breakfast at 8 sharp.
Yes, Mrs. Hall. Good night.
Just a minute. Oh, Dr. Kemp, do come in. I didn't expect you so early. 7:15.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall. Fine, clear morning after last night's storm. I came early because I should see that maid of yours. If that cold of hers doesn't get better, we might have a pneumonia case in our hands. And I have to get around early on my calls today. The snow's drifted 2 feet high in places.
Well, you just sit here by the fire a second while I get you a hot cup of coffee. You already look frozen and the day just started.
Oh, please don't go to any trouble on my account.
No trouble at all. I just made a fresh pot for a guest.
A guest? Here in winter?
Yes, Dr. Kemp. Came last night during the storm. Says he'll be stopping here a long time. Poor man. You might have found a new patient for yourself. He's had a terrible accident that he's recovering from. He has bandages all over his face and head, completely covered. Not a spot of skin shows. And before I left him last night, he'd taken off his gloves, and his hands were all bandaged, too.
Sounds serious. But he was all right when he arrived here.
Well, yes. Just seemed to be very tired. And a bit cross, too. But I don't mind the crossness. What with him being that bad hurt and all.
Well, if I'm needed...
Oh, of course, Doctor, I'll send for you. You two might have something in common anyway. He's a researcher, an experimental scientist, he says.
Well, that's interesting. Must meet him one day. Oh, no, please, Mrs. Hall, no coffee. I don't have time. Just take me to your maid's room.
Right, Doctor. Your breakfast, sir.
Come in. Ah, Mrs. Hall. Breakfast. And right on the dot of 8. I can see we'll get along. In fact, you seem to be more efficient than I this morning. I can't...
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. You gave me a turn. Those slits in the bandage just blank and black, like holes.
My accident did that to me. I told you it was serious. Stop staring, woman. Help me find my goggles. Here they are. From now on, Mrs. Hall, I would appreciate no comments on the way I look. And I don't want any from your servants or neighbors either. I told you that I was a man of precise habits. And it's my custom to take a walk every day. For the next 2 days, I shall forego that practice. However, I want you to tell your neighbors that a very sick man who is swathed in bandages is a guest at your inn and will be going for daily walks. I wish no one to even speak to me. I wish to walk alone and be left alone. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I, too, am sorry to be so curt and snappish, but my nerves, I've been through so much.
Oh, that's all right, sir. I'll try to make your stay here a quiet one which will help you recover. And, sir, let me get your fresh tray. Oh, and, sir, about the register, it's the law. You have to register in an inn, and I don't even know your name.
In that case, Mrs. Hall, register me as Mr. John Doe. I don't wish my real name known. I achieved distinction in my own field as a scientist, but unless I recover from the effects of this accident, I should not like it to be known ever again who I am.
Oh, you must have been through so much, sir. Mr. Doe. I'll...
Mrs. Hall, please, leave me alone now. Send up a fresh tray and send your porter to the station with this note. It will release my luggage and my scientific equipment. There is snow on the ground, but I wish your man to deliver it as soon as possible. I have very urgent work to do.
We'll try, sir.
Don't try. Do it. Oh, pardon my nerves, my temper again. But I need that equipment. My experiments might make me well again.
Now, you just calm yourself, sir. We'll help you. I'll send John, my porter, for the luggage. And I'll arrange it so you can have your private walks. Dr. Kemp, it's Mrs. Hall from the inn. Come quickly.
What's wrong, Mrs. Hall?
The guest, that man with the accident, he was just now out walking, and a dog, it attacked him. Oh, he went for it first with his cane. It wasn't the dog's fault, but the man's bit, and I think badly.
Well, I'll come at once. Was it the guest, the man with the bandages?
Yes, Doctor, hurry. And the strangest thing ever, the leg of his trousers was ripped a lot. But in the tear, it was like nothing was there. He must be hurt bad. Oh, do hurry.
Nothing there? What do you... Never mind. I'm on my way.
Who's there? What the devil do you want?
Mr. Doe, I brought the doctor. Dr. Kemp. I saw you get bitten by that dog.
Go away. I don't need help. Go away.
We might be in a state of shock, Mrs. Hall. Let me handle this.
How dare you enter my room? I told you that I don't...
Now, calm yourself, sir. You might need medical attention. Oh, my. You did have a terrible accident. All those dressings. Oh, Mrs. Hall told me, but I wasn't prepared for it.
Will you get out of here?
No, sir, I won't. You have been... Well, you are ill. And that dog bite... Well, Mrs. Hall, just let me handle this. Please leave us.
Yes, surely, Doctor.
Doctor, I warn you. Please, I'm a scientist. I know what is good or bad for me.
Yes, I can see that you are. That laboratory table over there. Extraordinary. All that equipment, those chemicals.
Yes. Small, possibly, but all of the essentials, well equipped. But, Doctor, please leave me. I know what's best for me.
I beg to differ. Now, that dog bite.
That's nothing. Forget that. The door is there.
Your sleeve. There's no hand.
Yes, and no bandage. Now get out of here.
But inside the sleeve. Well, the sleeve works like an arm, but the sleeve is blank. There's nothing in it.
I don't mean to be rude, Doctor, but you'll find that there is something in it. There. Get out now. I didn't want to use force, but...
But I feel a hand, an arm. Stop
Get
that.
out!
Are you all right? I was listening. He shouldn't have.
Oh, I'm all right, Mrs. Hall. He won't let me examine him. We'd best leave him alone till he's more rational.
Did he strike you just now, Doctor?
No, he just sort of grabbed me and pushed me out of the room. Strange. His hand. There was nothing I could see, just an empty coat sleeve. But there at the end of the sleeve was something that felt like a hand.
I don't like this. I'm going...
We're still close enough to the door that he might hear. Going to the police. Well, you're right. I'm going with you. Quickly, come along.
Dr. Kemp? Mrs. Hall? How are you? Oh, what's wrong? From the look on your faces, I'd say you...
Mr. Mason, we need your help immediately at Mrs. Hall's inn. She has a strange guest who's been staying there for over a week.
The one all bandaged up? Goes for a walk every day, scaring every kid that sees him. Grown-ups, too, for that matter.
That's the one. The one that had the accident. Came to my place to rest up.
Mason, there's something strange about him.
Strange isn't the word for it. The sheriff started checking him out the first day we saw him on the old inn road. All the sheriff come up with was the fact he's a scientist, a chemist.
That fits. Mason, he was bitten by a dog earlier. He didn't send for me. Mrs. Hall did. But he refused to see me. In fact, he threw me out of his room.
Well, actually, if he didn't send for you, He was within his rights.
Mason, there was no bandage where his right hand should have been. There was nothing there.
So, what are you trying to say?
There was nothing the eye could see but air. But I felt that hand. Look, here, you can see the bruise marks starting to show up on my wrist where he twisted it.
Now, wait a second. You felt a hand, but you didn't see a hand.
And once, he didn't have on those big dark goggles when I come in with his breakfast tray. And in the bandages on his head, there were just big black holes where his eyes should be, like poker burns.
Doc, Mrs. Hall, you're losing me. You feel a hand, but don't see one. And you see black holes in place of eyes. I think we'd better get out to your inn fast, Mrs. Hall, and ask a few questions of your guest.
Police officer, open up, please.
Confound it! What is it now? Go away! Leave me alone!
Police business, sir. We got a report you were bitten by a dog. So I've got to question you.
Go away! Police or not, I won't be interrupted. I'm busy working.
Mister, I suggest you open up. If you don't, then I come back with a warrant and really inconvenience you.
You have no right. Oh, all right. Now then, officer, this is... Oh, Mrs. Hall. And the doctor, too. All sorts of visitors to annoy me. Well, what do you want? The incident with the dog? Forget it. I've already cauterized the wound myself. Now, if you'll excuse me.
May I see your right hand, sir?
My right hand? Of course.
But it's bandaged now.
Yes, it wasn't bandaged when I saw you last, Doctor. Well, it is now, see?
May I have a look around your room, sir?
You have no right.
I'd like to warn you, sir. The sheriff has already mentioned to me that he was coming to question you.
Question me? Why on earth?
On a little matter of an unsolved robbery 2 nights ago at the parsonage of Pastor Ives on the Bridge Road.
Robbery? Really now? I'm a respectable scientist. Do you possibly think that I could be in...
You're the only stranger we've spotted in the area since we got snowbound a week ago. Most roads are still drifted in. And we know that none of the people around here would rob a preacher's house. Do you understand what I mean?
Very amusing. Well, it's my pleasure. Search all you wish. Go ahead. I've nothing to hide.
Thank you. That's more like it.
Doctor, Mrs. Hall, while the law is searching my room, please be comfortable. Please have a seat over there.
Quite a bit of equipment here. Test tubes, retorts, bottles of chemicals.
I'm a chemist as well, officer. And...
Wait. Stop. What's he doing? Stop him. He's taking off his dressings, his bandages. He'll hurt himself. Good heavens. As he unwinds it, his head, it's disappearing.
Easy now, Mrs. Hall. Easy.
His head, it's gone.
What are you?
What am I? Watch me and see. I remove my gloves and the bandages beneath them.
It's true. Until the bandages are removed, you have hands. But without the bandages, the hands are gone.
And now I remove my scarf and bathrobe.
There's nothing where his chest and arms should be.
And now these trousers.
Just shoes and socks left. Nothing else.
And I'll make short work of those shoes. And socks. And now, you see what I am. Or you don't see. No, you don't see. You couldn't see if you wanted to. You couldn't see what I am, officer. I am a man. Yes, my friends, an invisible man. And I am going to disappear from this blasted place completely. Right now, you fools, you meddling, curious, prying fools. You've wrecked my plans. The only thing that could perhaps have saved my life.
Saved your life?
Yes, Doctor, my experiments. They might be all that can save me, but I will not be caught by a petty policeman in the country town. I'm going
Let me help you, man. Your experiments. I might be of help.
Too late, you meddling quack. I'm leaving here. Catch me if you can.
catch him. Oh, you can see the door opening.
That's what? An invisible man? Oh, disappeared everywhere I go. Piece by piece. We're in a nightmare. And it's too big for me to handle by myself. I'll go to the sheriff. Put out an alarm. An alarm? For an invisible man? Doc, you and Mrs. Hall come along. Otherwise, they'll never believe me.
Yes. Mrs. Hall, come along with us. I'll give you a sedative and you'll feel better.
Doctor, I'm so frightened.
With an invisible man on the loose, we all have cause to be frightened.
Now there's a nice little old cave over there. Nice place to light a fire. Find a cozy cave and soon you're warm, you bump. Well, what do you know? There's a fire here already. Oh, anybody here? Maybe whoever lit the fire went for more wood. But there's enough fire for me. Might as well enjoy it.
You're mistaken. There is someone here.
Huh? What? Where? Who just came in?
I'm here, all right.
Well, where are you? I don't see anything. I must be hearing things. I guess I shouldn't ought to drank so much. Oh, well, anyway.
It's not the drink, man. You keep your nerves steady.
Ah, come on, buddy boy. Where are you?
Now, I'm right here beside you. Here, feel my hand on your chest?
Oh, I'm off my rocker. I'm cuckold. I feel a hand, but I don't see one. I am off my rocker.
No, you're not. You do feel a hand. It's very simple to explain. I'm an invisible man.
Where are you hiding? I know you're ventriloquist, a ventriloquist. It's a trick.
No trick. It's true. I'm invisible.
Well, who can see that? I mean, even if I can't see you. But how do you... That's a chest I just put my hand on. Any connection with you?
It's me, all right. But I can't explain now. I need your help immediately.
What?
I need clothes, warm clothes, not those rags of yours, and a large roll of surgical bandage. At the moment, I'm as naked as the day I was born. You see, my body, the outline and shape of it, it's only visible when I am clothed and wrapped in bandage. Some men who didn't understand that I was invisible have locked me out of my house.
Without a stick of clothes to your name?
Yes, and if I hadn't found this cave and kindled this fire, I would have frozen to death. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to town, down the road to the south. Get me clothing and bandages. You'll probably have to steal them, but get them.
Just a second, buddy. Me steal? I may be a bum. I may take a drink, but that's all I take. Steal? I don't steal.
Idiot! Don't you realize fate sent you my way for a good purpose? To help me. And in return, I can make you rich. Think of what I can do. Invisible. Enter a bank undetected, or a jewelry store. All doors are open to me. And with you to help me now, we'll be rich.
Look, buddy, I'll straighten myself out. I'll be a helper. But stealing is out. I'll try and get you some clothes and food. I wouldn't let a dog freeze or starve. And there's some left in my bottle. I don't need it. Here, you warm me inside. I'll get going.
If you give me away, I warn you.
I may be drunk, buddy, but I'm not crazy. I'll be back. You'll see. Open up in there. Open up.
Could it be him?
Don't worry, ma'am. Just open it a ways. My gun is ready if he tries to push it wide enough to get through.
Please, lady. Don't mind my looks. I was told I could find a cop, a policeman here.
Let him by, ma'am, and stand away. Okay, fella. I'm a policeman.
Look, I'll tell you if you put that gun away. Yeah, that's better. Now, look, I'm on the bum, see, and I need a place to sleep tonight. So I spot this cave down the way, and I goes in to light a fire, and my feet were...
Never mind the weather report. What do you want?
Well, I'm getting to that. Now, in the cave, there's a fire already going. Really blazing. So I calls out, who's there? And hello, and like that. And then, oh, you're not gonna believe this part. You'll think I've been drinking too much.
Go on, Mac. I think I know what you're going to say. There was a man there, but he was invisible.
How did you know?
Never mind that now. We can't spare a minute. Mrs. Hall, you won't be safe here. Please run down for the sheriff. Tell him to meet us. Which road did you say?
Well, it's north of here, about a mile.
Tell him to look for a cave, a mile north.
Well, just let me bundle up. Now, you do be careful.
Yeah, we will. All right, let's go. Show me the way.
That's the cave over there. You can just see the entrance to it over there. Behind them boulders.
Mm-hmm. I see it. Was he armed?
Not that I could see. But there are a lot of rocks in there.
I don't know what good my gun will do. But I've got to find out if he's in there. Let's get closer. Keep behind me.
That will be far enough.
Look at that rock. Just hanging in the air.
So, you did betray me. Good afternoon, officer. Nice day, but cold, especially for me.
Put down that rock. Come along with me.
Come along. How do you think you'll find me to take me along? All I have to do is throw away this rock and throw it at you, and I'm gone.
That was close.
Quick, over there. His footprints forming in the snow. He's getting away, but I must have winged him. Come on. Mrs. Hall, what are you doing here?
He wasn't there. The sheriff was gone. I left word.
Oh, you shouldn't be here. It's too dangerous.
Oh, danger or not, I'd be more frightened staying alone at the inn.
All right, but stick close to me.
I will.
Officer, this way. Over here.
One moment, please. What?
Here, close that door, you fool.
It's you.
Yes, it's me, the invisible man. Bolt that door. I'm wounded, Doctor. Shot. Not severe, but I'm bleeding badly. Arm, get your bag. I need a tourniquet, an antiseptic, and a bandage. Quick!
What happened?
Police, bullet wound. Couldn't see me. They shot at the direction of my voice. Hurry, man, hurry!
Here's everything you need. But how can I... Oh, I can't see your wound. Your arm?
Here, I'll direct your hand. Feel it?
It feels wet.
Blood.
No, but I don't see what I'm...
You won't, you fool. I'm invisible. Am I not? So's my blood. Here, precisely here, where I placed your finger. Find the tourniquet here. I've had some experience at this.
Yes, you have, haven't you, Dr. Griffin?
Griffin? So, They now know my name.
Yes, the police have investigated. They know. Wait, quiet. Now, this antiseptic will hurt. Guide my fingers to where it should be.
Here.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, Doctor. Ooh, go ahead. Here, start the bandage here.
Here?
Right. Keep wrapping it that way. Here, up to here.
Enough?
Perfect. You're a good doctor.
Thank you. And now, Griffin, will you tell me what this is all about?
I will, provided you get me a warm dressing jacket right away. Slippers, too. I'm freezing.
Here, follow me. There's a fire inside. Here. Warm enough? Put it on. Slippers. Better?
Oh, much better. Well, Kemp, I think I can still get away. And as a doctor, a man of mercy and science, I think you will help me.
I can't promise. But sit down, Griffin. At least with that robe and slippers, I can see part of the shape of you.
How do you know my name is Griffin? How did the police...
Well, you have left a trail in other towns, according to the sheriff. Even though you are invisible, the police, know many things you've done since you did become invisible.
The police are clever. They're clever, Kemp. I'll make it short. My tale, my story, no embellishments. You'll understand some of it, even if I spare the details. You're a medical man. At college, I won prizes as a chemist. And then it was the study of light that I could not resist. Then the science of optical density, the study of what things go into making visible the things we see. Then I found that everything that goes into the making up of the body of a human being is composed of colorless, transparent tissue. Everything, that is, except the chemical property which makes a man's blood red, and the chemical pigmentation which colors his hair. In my experiments, I learned much from working with certain fish and marine life, which already are invisible.
Already invisible? What fish?
Jellyfish, certain types of sea larvae. They are visible to a point when floating in a colored water. But that is only because they describe a shape within the water by displacing the water through the solidity of their transparent bodies. I learned much from the life factor chemistry of their cell structures. And then I isolated the secret chemical property which rendered them transparent. Well, I won't give you all the details now, but that chemical property, improved by additives which I developed, proved to be the perfect factor to completely dissolve the red color factor in human blood and the pigmentation properties in human hair.
Amazing. And you experimented, of course, on yourself. You administered your new chemical discovery on yourself, rendering yourself invisible.
A logical deduction, Doctor.
Fantastic. An incredible discovery. I don't see what good such a thing could be for mankind, but there must be some worthwhile application that will...
Ah, you are an idealist, Dr. Kemp? Applications for the good? Perhaps one day. But for now, I have other uses for my power as an invisible man.
in this state of invisibility, I can become rich. I can rob.
Yes, those robberies you did. The police have a list of robberies unsolved when an invisible thing or a man was thought to have been involved. Why must you rob? You're so well educated. A scientist who's made a remarkable discovery.
Rob? Come now, Kemp. Haven't you dreamed, like every man, of being rich? No matter how honest a man is, I'll wager that at times in his life he has wished that he could steal. The only thing that deters him is the fear of getting caught. When I became invisible, I had found the way that man has dreamed of ever since time began. I had found the way of accomplishing the dark deeds and desires of the heart without being seen or caught.
Griffin, is it possible that your chemical could have affected your brain? Made you evil?
Doctor, possible perhaps. I do know that the drug does have side effects on the brain. In fact, at this very moment, I have a suspicion that another possible side effect is damaging my heart. That's why I must get to my work. If the trend in the heart goes on many more months, I may develop a very serious heart condition. As to my brain, I know that my brain power has heightened. Besides, is not evil as a concept, is it not just something, an idea foisted on society by the common man for his own protection? The common man who could be ruled by his superiors, men like us, men of science. I have never gone along with this religious mumbo-jumbo about good and evil. If a man has power, he should use it to a full degree and to the full extent of the force, even if brutal, of that power.
Griffin, I think you've become mad as well as invisible.
Mad? Mad? You sound just like my fellow students all the way back in my college days. Act a little peculiar, and you're an outsider. I have little reason to love my fellow man.
You were a reputable teacher in the university before this thing happened.
Yes, by keeping my place, by doing my job, by acting the quiet, innocent professor who troubled no one. But I've been dreaming of this for years. This power I now have.
Perhaps it's not the drug. Perhaps you've always been mad.
Perhaps. By the usual standards of a stupid conventional society. But enough of that now, Doctor. I want your help. First, I must continue my experiments. I must get at this heart business. You can get me the chemicals I need. I can work here. Second, you can become my partner.
Your partner?
Yes, Kemp. I must have a partner, a helper. Alone, I could rob, even kill. Kemp, with a helper, a visible helper, I can do so much. Now, alone, I can rob a little, kill a little, but with a helper, and then more helpers, I can establish a reign of terror.
A reign of terror?
Open up in there. Police.
They're here. Don't say a word. They've tracked me. Do you have a gun?
Oh, no, I have no weapons.
Dr. Kemp, we know he's in there. Are you all right?
Give me that scalpel. Where does that door lead to?
Open up.
To the yard, but...
A yard? Good. Unless we're surrounded, I have a chance.
You're in there, Doc. Stay away from the door. I'm shooting off the lock.
See you again, Doctor.
Where is he?
Nothing around it.
All right, Doctor.
That way. Through the door. The yard. But he's trapped. It's an enclosed yard. A courtyard. Completely walled in. He can't escape.
Easy now. Look. That pile of clothes. He's undressed again, so we can't see him. High walls all around. Only way for him to get out is to climb that tree. If he does, we'll at least see the branches bend. Then I can shoot.
Mrs. Hall, please get back. Out of the way. He might...
Here, ma'am, over here. He might throw something or rush us.
What are you going to do, officer?
Well, we can't just stay here waiting. You out there. There's no way out.
Put down that gun.
All right, I won't shoot. Now, come on. You'll never get over that wall unless you climb that tree.
I intend to leave by that door in which you stand.
He can play cat and mouse like this until it's dark.
You're right.
Yeah, then he could get away. Oh, I'll have to go in. You two men will have to guard this door.
Officer, here, take this pair of fire tongs. I got this log.
Fine. Stick close to each side of the door. Mrs. Hall, if anything goes wrong for them and me, run to the kitchen and lock yourself in.
Yes, Walt, you be careful.
Right. I'm going in now, Doctor. Remember, Mac, help cover this door. We must get him.
All right.
Oh, be careful.
All right, now. Where are you?
Here. No, here. No, here.
Confound it. If you'll give up, I won't shoot.
I'm here. And now I'm here.
All right, then we'll try this.
Got me. In the stomach.
Oh, officer, he must be hurt badly, but I can't see to help. Yes, but the irregularity proves that he's hit bad. Here, I found the wound. Wet. Bleeding badly.
How can you tell? I can't.
Oh, I can feel it. It's wet. We have to...
I'll get your bag, Doctor.
Yes, please, in my study. I don't know how I can... Wait. His pulse has stopped. The heartbeat is gone. Too late. He's dead.
Look, something's starting to form.
Oh, it looks like blood vessels of glass are filling with blood. There, those are veins. These are arteries. His circulatory system's beginning to show again, to become visible. There, those gray filament-like threads, those are nerves just beginning to materialize.
And there, look, it's the outline of a foot, almost like glass.
And is that a stomach forming?
Yes, and there, the heart and the brain.
All taking shape. His body out of nothing.
And that's where the wound was. It's too much. Here, let me cover him with my jacket.
Yeah, he's almost visible now. Almost visible, like you and me.
Solid flesh. And he's as pink as you and me.
Yes, the invisible man is visible once more. The antidote to his drug was death. His body began forming again the very second he died.
Oh, he must have been in pain. His face so twisted, so agonized.
Yes, that shot tore open a nasty wound in his stomach. Pity he had to die. He was a brilliant man. But he was mad, destructive. It had to be. An invisible man. And we all saw him with our own eyes. But I wonder if anyone will ever believe us. Well, that's something to think about later. Come in. Shall we get this body inside?